This is the story of one of the most shocking crimes in Japan's history. A crime so brutal, it left the entire nation horrified. Her name was Junko Furuta, a 17-year-old high school girl who dreamed of a bright future, but whose life was stolen in the most unthinkable way. Junko Furuta was just like any other teenager in 1988. She was smart, kind, and full of energy. But one evening, on her way home from school, her life took a devastating turn. A group of young men, including members tied to the Yakuza, had been looking for someone to target. And tragically, they chose Junko. At first, they tricked her into coming with them. But what followed was not a simple kidnapping. It was a nightmare that lasted 44 days. Junko was held captive in a house in Tokyo. She begged to be released, but instead, she endured unspeakable torture at the hands of her captors. They robbed her of her dignity, her safety, and eventually, her life. The horror she went through was beyond imagination. And what makes this case even more disturbing is that people knew. Neighbors had suspicions. Even family members of the boys were aware something was wrong. But fear of the gang's connections kept them silent. For 44 days, Junko suffered in silence with no escape. Until finally, on January 4th, 1989, her captors ended her life in one final, cruel act. When her body was discovered, stuffed in a concrete drum, the nation was horrified. Japan could not believe such cruelty had taken place, not by hardened criminals, but by boys who were barely older than Junko herself. The case sparked outrage across the country. The attackers were caught, but the punishments they received shocked the public. Many felt justice was never truly served. Junko Furuta's story is one of the darkest chapters in true crime history. A young girl with her whole life ahead of her, stolen in the cruelest way imaginable. Her story is a reminder of how important it is to speak out, to protect the vulnerable, and to make sure that justice is never denied. This is a story Japan will never forget,